Thanks for tuning in and welcome to the Post Route Show. And now, here's your host, W. Earl Kitchings.
Good evening and welcome to the Post Route, the show where we dive into conversations with Black quarterbacks, both past and present. I'm your host, W. Earl Kitchings, and this show is proudly brought to you by Quarter Five Back, the preeminent fraternity of Black quarterbacks and home of the prestigious BIP Memorial Trophy, the only national award that is presented to the top Black quarterback from an HBCU and the top Black quarterback from high schools across America. Hey, we are always happy to have you join us here at the Post Route Show. And if you enjoy this show, if you enjoy what Quarter Five Back is doing, if there's anything about our whole operation that we're doing to make sure we preserve the legacies of Black quarterbacks, please do a couple of things. Hit the like button, subscribe to our channel, tap the notification bell so you never miss an episode. Always go to our Instagram page on the social media platform at quarter_5_back. And if you're really wanting to know more, we've got some great stuff on our website at quarter5back.com. Join us live every Monday night Eastern Standard Time at 7 p.m. for more phenomenal conversations. Got another great one tonight for you. Young man who is a rising freshman at Allen University over in Columbia. But before we get to him, we got to talk about our initiative. And our initiative is the I Am a Quarterback initiative that we started. And what that is all about is we want to make sure that young men, African-American, Black young men who are playing the position of quarterback, understand how important that position is in the game of football. Preparation and development of our quarterbacks with the goal of remaining focused on the position of being a quarterback only. We want to make sure that these young men understand that stay a quarterback, be a quarterback. Don't let them turn you into something other than what you want to be. We understand how the business of football can be, but if you can maintain and stand on what and who you believe is natural for you, then stay a quarterback. So our initiatives are these. One, you got to believe. You got to have a belief in yourself. Two, you got to have focus and a foundation. Three, you got to show leadership. Be a commander on that field and off the field. Four, your academics while you're in college and improving your intellect so that you are a more rounded out, not only player, but citizen is important. Academics, graduation with a degree is the key. And then finally, know your worth and your value. Let that be the standard you stand on. Because when you know your worth and your value, then it is very difficult to make some changes in who and what you want to do. So that's our initiative of our I Am a Quarterback project. So we want you to know that, and we are working to turn our initiative imagery into posters, mini posters, so that we can start getting them out to those who are interested in having one. But now, let me get back to my guest tonight. This young man comes from Norcross, Georgia. Now, I know Norcross, Georgia, just Metro Atlanta seems to just, have our number. We talk to guys from that part of the state all the time. But tonight, this guy is a former quarterback at Norcross High. He was a Peach State Gridiron All-American. He was a Sports Illustrated Player of the Week for the state of Georgia, a two-time GHSA playoff appearances, a three-time Gwinnett Daily Post Player of the Week, one of the earliest enrollees in SIAC history. He graduated in December of 2025, enrolled in 2026 at Allen University, and he is penciled in, and he's getting ready to be like the third guy. We're looking forward to it from Allen to make some headway. Please help me in welcoming my guest tonight, PJ Wolfe. PJ,
How you doing?
welcome to the Post Route, my man.
How you doing?
I'm doing great. You know, I'm always good when I'm talking to quarterbacks, man. I'm always great.
Right.
So to have another one of these guys out of Metro Atlanta, man, it just seems like we keep turning up in Metro Atlanta, and y'all keep turning it up for us. So we are excited about having you here tonight. So let's get into it. Norcross High, man, the Blue Devils. How was that your senior year, man? How would you share with our audience what it was like your senior year? Because everybody's senior year is different. Talk a little bit about that last year at Norcross.
It was great. It was a great experience. I experienced a lot of things, a lot of highs and the lows. Definitely made me obviously a better quarterback, but most importantly, a better man, better ways to handle adversity, better ways to handle success. So my senior year was probably my most important year. And I definitely can attribute things that I went through and things that I accomplished in my senior year to who I am today. So,
what game would you say, PJ, would have been one of those experiences of adversity that you had to really overcome? What was one of those games? Share that with us.
I would say we played Peachtree Ridge for our homecoming game, and
okay,
before that game, I had been benched, so I didn't play the whole game. And it was eating at me the whole game. And we were, it was a back and forth battle. And it's like, dang, I want to be in there. I want to, I know I can help the team. I know what I can do.
Right.
But some in me said, just be ready. And my time came in the fourth quarter on 4th and 15, game on the line. We were down 8 points. And coach said, PJ, go in. And no warm up. I didn't play a play before that. I went in the game, rolled to the left, fading back, touchdown Norcross, and we scored a touchdown. Then, however, that was a high moment. But then God works in funny ways. I became too high in that moment, and guess what? He took me right back out the game, and we ended up losing the game. We didn't get the 2-point conversion. So it taught me that it's definitely a roller coaster going on in life. You know what I'm saying? So
right. Man, that's definitely a roller coaster moment because, I mean, first of all, to get in the game with no warming up, you've been cold on the sideline watching the game all night, and then he calls your number and just says, go in, with the expectation that you're going to make something happen.
Yes, sir.
And you did. But, Coach, I thought you wanted to win. I mean, 2-point conversion, not important. Not important. So, okay. Well, now that part is over and you dealt with that, but it taught you some things, and I guess how to just stay cool under pressure, cool under exuberation. You can. Okay, so we scored a touchdown. Hey, PJ, I've thrown a touchdown before, man. I've done that before, Coach. No problem.
Mm-hmm.
I'm good. So okay, that moment, but and then the fact that the game was homecoming, man. I mean, that is even crazier. I mean, because nobody wants to lose homecoming.
Ooh.
Nobody. I mean, and that's not good when homecoming turns out to be like that. Okay, well, that's the adversity. Now, what was a high moment, man, when everything was right? Like they said, he was in that zone. I mean, nothing was going wrong.
Second game of the season, we played Mill Creek, and Norcross hasn't beaten Mill Creek since, I believe, 2020. And going into that game, we were expected to lose. That was their homecoming, actually. They expected homecoming week 2. And we played them at Mill Creek, obviously. And I had 4 touchdowns and upwards of 300 yards. And that was the first time we beat them since 2020. It was like everything. Even it was one touchdown I had. I threw it into double coverage, and the ball tipped off the DB hand and fell into the receiver hand. I said, okay, God got me tonight. Because he saved me right there. He definitely going to carry me through the night. So
absolutely.
He said he in the zone. I knew the zone was in when once I seen that happen. So, yeah.
Did it get kind of quiet in the stadium,
Oh
PJ?
yeah,
After
it got quiet. It was their homecoming too. Oh yeah, happy homecoming.
wow.
Yeah.
Well, those kind of memories, man, you carry for a lifetime. You get older, you share those with your children and their children, man, and that's a great thing, man. So yeah, that's a beautiful thing. So now your season is over. I mean, when you got to that last game of the year, man, I mean, when you actually knew, man, you look at the clock, it's winding down, it's about to be over. What's going through your head?
Personally for me, it's the journey of high
Yeah,
school football. Like I said, there's been a lot of ups and downs, highs and lows. I faced a lot of adversity, but I've had a lot of success. It's just the replaying of that in your mind, like it's all over. The
yeah,
journey is over. It's a
yeah,
bittersweet feeling. You wish you had more time, but you're also glad that you're on to the next and bigger and better things. So
yeah.
yeah.
Okay. So now, between the time, had you already signed your scholarship to go to Allen before the season was over?
Yes, sir. In November, that's when November is
Okay.
when I signed my scholarship. Yes.
And why Allen University?
I chose Allen because I knew, like I said, I could develop more than a football player. Like Coach Pearl, Coach McCray, all my coaches, they value us more than just being a football player. They value you as build you into being a young man. And when I walked into Coach Pearl office and spoke with him, the first thing he was talking about was graduating. He wasn't talking about can you throw a post route or can you run read option. He said, we want you to graduate. And like they say in basketball, the ball is gonna stop bouncing eventually, but you got to keep living life. And when I knew that it was somewhere that I could go, number one, that's a story, and I can make history, and number two, I could become a better man, a better black man at that, because it's HBCU. I said, okay, yeah, let's do it. So,
it was just that simple for you.
yes, sir. I didn't need the bells and whistles.
Okay. Okay. All right. So, and because a couple of weeks ago we had a guy who he transferred from Allen, Jameer Dismukes, who had he stayed, he would have been competing with you. But just to show you how doors of opportunity work, well, he saw a better opportunity, which opened up a better door for you. So now that transition happened. So now you are headed to Columbia, South Carolina in January to now embark on this new journey. Uh, when you got there, what was it like, man? Because I know as a freshman, man, those first month, really the first week or two, man, it is like, man, you are just, your head is spinning around. It's on a swivel. You're seeing things. And then when you see all the students there, uh, and it's just a whole different thing. So once you got to Allen, what was that like for you in trying to make that transition?
It's definitely a flip of the script coming from being a senior to again being a freshman around all these older people, men, not just high school kids, men, married men, men that got kids. Like it's a whole different ball game. It's a whole different experience. But the guys around me, they definitely made it easier. Like it wasn't no I felt uncomfortable type situations. Like they made it very easy to exist and to feel comfortable and to feel confident in myself. Like there was no, you know, bullying or whatever you want to call it. It was like, okay, he's a freshman, but he's our brother. So we gonna include him in everything that we do.
Okay. Okay. Did that surprise you that guys embraced you like that? Because yeah, you are a freshman, and as we all know, even when you track back to ninth grade or 10th grade, that first year in high school, when you're coming into that, you're looked down on. So when you go to college, man, it's even depending on who's there, it's even more impactful. But for them to welcome you and show you that kind of uh, camaraderie and brotherhood. How did that make you feel to see these guys just opening up like that and being that way with you?
It was definitely a relief because I had never. It's something I never experienced college before, so I didn't know what to expect. And like I said, like you just said, when you're usually the new kid on the block per se,
Yeah.
always a kind of look down on him approach. But there was none of that. I sensed none of that from any teammates, any coaches, any students. It was all, what's up? How you doing? You want to do this with us? You want to do this with us? Like it was a family type bond. It was no looking down on me. And that's what made me comfortable off the rip to say, okay, I can play here for 4 years. I can go here for 4 years. I can exist here for 4 years. So yeah.
And when you say that you can exist in an environment because you're away from home, fortunately for you, you're not that far away from your home. So I truly know that your parents, your family will be making a lot of treks to Columbia because it's not that far away from Atlanta. But when you say you can exist in a place, man, that you hadn't ever been, you don't know what it's like, that says a lot about you because, again, if it don't feel right, you don't want to be there, right? I mean, the coach, you make me feel good, but I'm not feeling my teammates. I'm not feeling students on campus. So that uncomfortable feeling, obviously, man, you didn't even experience that. I guess based on the way they treated you, you couldn't even get homesick. So I think that's a positive. So now that you've created this bond with these football players and now your brothers, how do you continue to build and grow on that?
That bond is definitely built through, the hardships that you experience, like the simulated hardships, the workouts, the early mornings, the long days. Like you see who you have around you when you're going through something. Like everybody's key when everything's going good, but when you really know that through adversity you still got a brother, it's over with. Then games are won, friendships are built, families are made. Like that is what it's truly about. And that's what I've been seeing, that's what I've been feeling, and that's what makes it like I can be here for 4 years. I can make this school great. This school will make me great.
Well, not only in the locker room, on the practice field, and on the game day, but man, also in the classroom, man, because when you feel comfortable in the classroom too, man, the whole that whole college experience becomes a great experience, man. You just enjoy it and love it so much. And then just like that, just like in your high school, just like that, it's time to go.
Yes,
but
sir.
We were talking earlier and you mentioned something about the leader and guys wanting to be the leader until it was time. And we talked about a professional wrestler that kind of set that tone. Talk a little bit about that guy to me, PJ.
Talking about Ric Flair, to be the man, you got to beat the man. I say that all the time. And you said it, and it caught me off guard that you said it, because I always say it. So, yeah, to be the man, you got to beat the man. Everybody want to be the man until it's time to beat him. So, yep.
Well, it sounds like you're going to be the man that everybody got to beat right now, because
I strive to be.
It sounds like you definitely are at a level of confidence. You're comfortable where you are. You're learning the system, of course, because that's important. But just the fact that all those things mesh together, man, you don't put that pressure on yourself. There's no pressure. But yeah, man, I didn't know I was going to surprise you by talking about Ric Flair, man, because, man, Ric Flair, he was an entertainer. But that slogan, to beat a man, you got to beat the man. Even to this day, it resonates because, hey, man, to be number one, you got to beat number one. And if you can't beat number one, I guess you're not the man.
Not.
You were just talking about being the man, but
lace them boots up to beat them.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Now, you talked about also bonding with your teammates, and we talked a little bit about, you guys start practice tomorrow, right?
Yes, sir.
What time do y'all start practice, PJ?
5:15 a.m.
5:15 a.m. And I'm sure Coach means 5:15.
Really means 5 a.m. It ain't 5:15. Come at 5:15 if you want to.
So when you're in that regiment, man, because you guys are what, 2 weeks away, a week from now, or 2 weeks from now, y'all actually start the football season, right?
Yes, sir.
Oh, so it's time to turn it up. But punctuality is a thing, man. And it follows you in life. If you're doing things late now, you're gonna be doing them late the rest of your life. So what is the I don't know what happens when a guy's late? What happens?
Introduced to that funk, that 5 minutes of funk. We when we're done with every workout, we have, like I said, it's a song called 5 Minutes of Funk. And when they play it randomly, that's how you know the workout over, but that's how you know the war is about to start.
Okay.
When we hear that first beat, that dun, 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 everybody throw up a 5 and you just grab the 45-pound plate and you just accept the war is here. And it's plate punches, anything you could think of for 5 minutes straight while the song is playing. And if a guy, like I said, is late or they do something that requires punishment, on top of the 5 minutes everybody else is already doing, they have more after. When everybody's walking out the weight room, you'll always walk by and see that guy. Okay, he was late today because you see him in there, sweat dripping down his face. You said, okay, I bet you won't be late no more.
I bet you won't, man, because I can imagine what 5 straight minutes of throwing around a 45-pound plate. Even for guys who think they're strong, it's like, yeah, you're strong in short bursts, but 5 minutes straight, So, yeah, I can imagine, man. But I had a cousin who was a weight strength and conditioning coach, and he told me a story one time about a freshman came in and just signed in and signed out. And for those of our viewers and listeners that don't understand a weight room at a college for football, the music is extremely loud. Oh, they got it pumped up. It's rocking in there. So he told me, he said, man, that freshman came in, PJ, and he signed in and signed out, and he turned the music off. He said he turned it off. So everybody's looking around like, what's going on with Coach? Like, if another one of y'all come in here signing and sign out during my time with y'all for strength and conditioning, it's going to be problems. So I said, well, what happened to that guy? He said, man, he came to practice the next day, and it was like 30 minutes of up downs. And up downs is where you run in place and you drop down, push up, get back up for 30 minutes. Not that 5 minutes of them 45-pound plates. 30 minutes.
30 minutes.
I bet you won't sign in and sign out again. Yeah. Well, that's great, man, that you guys are developing that camaraderie. And it makes such a difference. And you being in a position you're in, man, because I do think you're at the place where you're supposed to be. I truly believe that, because a lot of things are just working out for you. So I'm not going to turn over when that 5 o'clock goes off tomorrow morning. But I will think about you after I finally get up. It might be 8, 9 o'clock. Hopefully you're going to the cafe and got that breakfast. But I ain't turning up. When that alarm goes off, I ain't rolling over with you. So now what number are you going to wear now that you're at Allen University? What number are you wearing this year, PJ?
Number 11 is the number I have.
Number 11?
Yes, sir.
Is that the number you've always worn?
I've always worn number 4, but number 11 is what I was given, so that's what I'm gonna rock out with.
Okay, all right, number 4. I mean, why were you wearing number 4?
Me and my father actually went to the same high school, Norcross.
What?
He wore number 4. So
get out of here.
Yes, sir.
Oh my goodness. Yes, now I know you told me earlier, your dad played college football, but y'all went to the same high school?
Yes, sir.
Oh man, it's like, man, y'all got a bond for real. Okay, so he wore number 4, and to honor him, you start wearing number 4. Okay. Did people make comparisons, not so much about the same position, but just the fact that y'all are playing at the same high school?
Yes, sir. Some of the coaches on the coaching staff actually coached him. They always say I look like him, sound like him, all type of things.
Wow.
So,
wow. Did you feel like that was some shoes you just really had to step into and do your extra best?
Yes, I knew I had to fill those shoes, but also make my own pair of shoes to wear. So definitely, yes, sir.
Now, did your dad play quarterback?
No, he played receiver and safety.
Receiver and safety. Okay. Okay. Well, that's a combination of, especially if you're playing both ways on the field, man. But why did you decide to become a quarterback?
I mean, it's just the leadership aspect about it. It's also one of the hardest positions. It definitely tests your mental more than your physical.
Yeah.
And I just, I enjoy the challenge. I enjoy the thought process. I enjoy everything that comes with it, the good and the bad. So,
Okay. Okay. Just to go back a little bit now that you talk about the thought process, when you guys in the quarterback room, is the coach giving you guys scenarios and asking you, okay, here's the situation. Okay, PJ, what are you gonna do?
yes, sir.
Here's a defense. What are we gonna call? I mean, without me telling you, what do you see? What are you gonna call?
Yes, sir. That's a lot of our meetings and our film sessions.
Yeah.
He's not so quick to criticize. Before he criticizes or teaches, he'll say, okay, what did you see right here? So even though he may not agree with what you had, he understands that there's a thought process behind everything that goes on. You didn't just throw it for no reason. You didn't just call this protection for no reason. You didn't just adjust where the running back is for no reason. So he'll ask you, and like you said, he'll put up a defense, he'll put up a front, he'll put up a coverage, and he'll say, okay, what play would work here? Where would you go with the ball? What would you do with your eyes? Where would you slide the protection? Where would you put the running back? Those type of things. Yes, sir.
Yeah. And for you, that's just kind of a normal process. I mean, that's kind of, you're already in that kind of mindset of having decided what might be necessary no matter what he puts out there for you. Are the other quarterbacks maybe struggling a little bit with that part right now, or they got it like you got it?
Everybody's pretty locked in. Like I said, I'm the youngest quarterback, so I'm really the new kid on the block. I'm the
Okay.
4 or 5 years. So
okay,
they're the ones, at first were helping me to
yeah,
get accustomed to the college game.
Okay. Has any one of those older guys kind of been like your mentor more than the others? Has it been just one guy that's really kind of just taking you on this wing, man, and y'all kind of got a relationship where he's really working to help you become a better quarterback?
Well, actually, I was here in the spring, and that was when Jameer was still here. And Jameer, definitely that guy. Like, he was my big bro. He still, to this day, he texts me every single day. He calls me every day. He makes sure I'm good. But yeah, when I came in, he was just like a big brother. And not even just playing quarterback, but just how to deal with certain things, how to deal with criticism, how to deal with everything.
Yeah.
For now, I would say a guy by the name of Andre Washington.
Okay.
He's one of the older quarterbacks. He's been there, done that before. He's played at a high level, and he's a very even keel guy. Like, he's one of those guys that you'll never know if he's happy. You'll never know if he's angry. He's just got the same face, whether he throws a touchdown or interception. It's the same face.
Wow.
So, and he's taught me a lot on how to carry myself and how to handle myself in certain situations.
Well, I believe you are truly getting, man, everything being poured into you, man. So yeah, I just see so much and so many great things happening for you, man, because obviously you're definitely open to receiving information, wisdom, and knowledge from these guys who are older than you and want to pour into you, because that's important. Some guys don't always want to do that. Like you said, a little jealousy, a little, I won't say hatred, but they not really trying to help a guy. But man, when you got guys wanting to help and pour things into you, man, that says a lot about them. And for you to be open to receive it, that says a lot about you, because you're receiving it not as a nervous freshman, but as an opportunistic guy who wants to learn better. Because, hey, man, why make mistakes when a guy can tell you how to avoid a mistake? So, man, that is great. That is great. Outstanding. Well, look, I got to take this time out, man, and talk a little bit about this advertisement. We're going to come back, chop it up a little bit more, man, and talk some more football.
Yes, sir.
All right. My guest tonight, the rising freshman at Allen University, home of the Yellow Jackets PJ Wolfe. And man, I can't wait for the season to get started because, man, we're in that mode now where we are more in tune to watching and keeping up with our guys week to week, month to month. And I'm looking forward to him being on our watch list, just like Jameer Dismukes was on our HBCU quarterback watch list last year. I'm expecting this guy to be on that watch. As a matter of fact, it'll be interesting because if Jameer Dismukes and PJ Wolfe make our watch list this year for HBCU quarterbacks, man, we're going to have a lot to talk about. So we're going to get back to PJ after we do these quick timeouts. And also, as you always know at this time, is when we have our resident mental performance specialist come in. But before we get to that, you know, I got to do my advertising. So again, we'd like to thank the J. Markell Watch Company for being the official provider of one of their watches as part of the BIP Memorial Trophy presentation. We are thankful, grateful to this company, a locally owned company based out of Albany, Georgia. They are rapidly working to make their way into an industry where, you know, it's a lot of watches out there, but we believe the J. Markell Watch Company is going to eventually be one of the finest timepieces you can be putting on your wrist. So if you're interested in more about them, go to jmarkellwatch.com. That's JMARQUEL watch.com and check them out. See if they've got something you may like. But we like to thank them again for being the official watch provider of the BIP Memorial Trophy. Then we like to keep you informed that our hoodies are still available to you, so you can write in. Go to our store at quarter5back.com, click on the store, order your hoodie, and we'll get that out to you right away. $50 for regular sizes, $60 for the 2X through 4X. These are quality hoodies. They're soft, they're comfortable, love to wear. Free shipping for all our merchandise. So if you don't get a hoodie, get a t-shirt. T-shirts are $25 and $35. So just go to the website, click on quarter5back.com and click on our store, and you'll be able to get you a hoodie or a t-shirt. And we're working to update our inventory of our merchandise. Also, here's one of the greatest Christmas gifts you can give people this upcoming year. Give them a copy of my book, The Forgotten QBs, the little-known history, information, and statistics about Black quarterbacks in American college football. It's got a lot of information, a lot of statistics, a lot of short bios about a lot of guys who have played this game, and I think you would do yourself proud to either get it for someone and give it to them or ask someone to give it to you. The Forgotten QBs, written by W. Earl Kitchings. Yeah, that's me. At our website in our store, $35 for the cost of the book. Now, it gives me no greater pleasure than to bring our resident mental health performance director, our resident sports psychology, in with another episode of Psyched Out.
Knowing your zone is only half the work. The other half is getting there on purpose. I'm Dr. William Kitchings Jr., and this is Psyched Up. Last session, we talked about how every athlete has an individual zone where they perform best. Today is about how you arrive there deliberately before the high-stakes moment demands it. Because most athletes wait for the moment to tell them how they feel. The ones who perform best consistently have already decided. Research on pre-performance routines so that the most effective routines combine three specific elements: a physical component that regulates arousal, an intentional component that directs focus, and an intentional component that primes execution. Routines built around all three measurably are more effective at protecting performance under pressure than routines using only one. The routine isn't superstition. It's a delivery system for your zone. So here's the work. 3 steps built around your zone. Physical first. One action that moves your arousal in the direction your zone requires. Activation or regulation. You already know which. Attentional second. One external focal point. Where are your eyes going on this play? Intentional third. One execution word. Not motivation, instruction. Practice it in low stakes. Rely on it in high stakes. Pressure doesn't wait for you to be ready, but a routine built around your zone means you already are. I'm Dr. William Kitchings Jr., and this is Psyched Up, a space built for the moments behind the moments.
We must pay homage to him.
Well, you saw him in action. We'd like to thank Dr. William Kitchings Jr. for his Psyched Up episode. And hey, we wanted to make sure you got a chance to see our guest tonight, PJ Wolfe, in action at Norcross High last year. Welcome back to the show, PJ Wolfe, the rising freshman at Allen University. Hey, man, looking at those clips, bringing back memories?
Yes, sir. Most definitely. I was just thinking about that when I was watching it, actually.
Well, man, your presence in the pocket, man, your presence on the field, man, is just admirable. I like the way you look. You really standing tall in the pocket. What, you about 6'3", PJ?
About 6'4", yes, sir.
Oh my God. Yeah, that's yeah, you seen the field very, very well, you know. Absolutely. Well, recently, as of today, I was reading an article by Marshall Faulk, who's the new head coach at Southern University, and he was talking about trying to get players at Southern University prepared for the money game. Basically, I guess that meant NIL and things like that. But of course, the NIL aspect of college athletics is not that big of a deal at HBCUs because we don't have, that type of inference. We don't have those type of businesses. We don't have those type of situations. What are your thoughts about first of all? What are your thoughts about NIL, and then what are your thoughts about NIL at HBCUs?
NIL in itself, I feel like it's a tricky subject because, of course, players are warranted. Players deserve to be compensated for what they do, whether that be money or anything of that nature. However, I feel like now the game has been based just upon, like, some people only base their decisions on the money. Okay. And the difference at HBCUs is you don't come to HBCU to make $1.5 million and be on the face of Ferrari or something like that. You come to HBCU because okay, the ball gonna stop moving at some point, but I have to have a legacy outside of my sport. I have to have an identity outside of my sport. I'm bigger than just a football player. I'm a man. Or at HBCUs, I'm a black man. Ain't nobody gonna care that I wore University of Oregon jersey when I'm in the real world, because I'm not wearing it no more. Now I got to go and be a man, and being a black man already comes with the hardships in itself. So when you surround yourself with people who want to help you with that realization, it makes you a better man. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wouldn't want to go to a PWI knowing 70, 80 years ago, I wouldn't even be able to play, especially at quarterback. Quarterback is history in this. Being a black quarterback is history in itself. Because, like I said, 70, 80 years ago, I wouldn't be able to play at the University of Oregon. I would have to be, barely could be a student, let alone play quarterback. So why would I want to go there when I can just go somewhere where I can, number one, be becoming history, but also be surrounded by people who can carry me into that manhood of being a black man. It ain't just about, oh, can this coach give me $1.5 million to go play quarterback? Because realistically, he just care about you as a football player. Difference between those type of coaches and an HBCU head coach like Coach Pearl. Coach Pearl want to see you win in life. He don't care if you the best football player. He wants you to win in life. He wants you to graduate. He wants you to have a family. He wants you to be a black man and be proud of being a black man. That's why he's so hard on us. That's why we wake up at 5:15 in the morning, because he know, okay, you already at a disadvantage because you a black man. But to put yourself at that advantage, you got to get up before everybody else get up. You got to do the things that everybody's not willing to do. And that's what makes the HBCU stand out over the NIL. Money is just temporary. I know people say money is everything. No, it ain't. Because when you have money, what you going to do with it? You going to be lonely, not have nobody, not have nothing in life. You're going to be miserable. You don't want to be miserable and have all the money in the world. That ain't going to work. So that is why HBCUs are important. That's why I feel like NIL isn't that important. It isn't that, yeah, money is cool, but relationships are better. Life will hit you whether you have money or not. Definitely as a black man, and HBCUs is going to teach you. You don't have everything. You don't have the $1 million facilities. You don't have the 18,000 coaches on the team. You got you and the 5, maybe 10 coaches, and it's y'all making it work. And that's how life is going to be. You ain't going to have everybody in your corner. You're going to have them 1 or 2 people that's in your corner. And it prepares you for that.
PJ, young man, you have just said something so succinctly, so powerful, so important that it's nothing to be said. You have said it just the way it needs to be said. And I know your coaches are, if and when they see this, or if they're not looking at it now, I know your father, hearing you speak like that, man, his heart is jumping for joy. He's very proud to see that you're maturing as a young black man at this point in your life, man, to be able to speak that way, because truth and honesty is what you just spoke. You know, you didn't sugarcoat it. You didn't try to tap dance around it. You just spoke from your heart. And I appreciate you doing that, because yes, Coach Pearl is definitely growing you guys up to be men, to be husbands, to be fathers, to be employees, some of you even to have your own business. But to understand that, and I don't know if you've ever heard this, but you can't take off that brown suit you wake up in every morning. That brown suit is a part of you, like it is a part of me. I can't take this brown suit off. I wake up with it every morning. But what I can do, I can take every opportunity of learning what I can learn and applying it to life so that I can make better decisions and make better situations in my life for not only just me, but my family. So, young man, you have, as we used to say back in the day, boy, you don't spoke some real wisdom. And you sure you just got to Allen University, man? I mean, are you sure you're not one of them old guys you've been talking about, man? Because it sounds like, man, you done hung out with them, boy, and you done got that old soul in you. So you and your dad did you and your dad have conversations about things like that, man?
Yes, sir. My dad, a lot of the stuff I'm saying is stuff that's been drilled into me when I was younger. I didn't always agree with everything until now that I'm older. I realize he ain't just getting on to me. Like my dad, he is a man. He's
Right.
been through the things that I'm trying to get through right now, and he wasn't trying to hurt me. He's trying to help me.
Right.
And that's the craziest thing about it, because as I've gotten older, there have been things that happened to me. It's like, okay, hey, that's what my daddy was trying to tell me. Oh, that's what my father was trying to tell me. Like, he ain't just trying to get on to me just because he want to get on to me. He's saying, okay, in the world, you ain't gonna have nobody to get on to you.
Right.
You ain't gonna have
Right.
5 chances in the real world, especially as a black man. You might got one, if you
Right.
have one. And what you do with that chance is up to you. And he was trying to mold me into, okay, to be the like Ric Flair says, to be the man, you got to beat the man. To be the man, you got to be willing to do the things that everybody else can. Everybody can't be the man.
Right.
Everybody cannot be the man. And the person that's going to separate himself is the person that's willing to do what others can't. Who's willing to put in the extra work? Who's willing to take the criticism? Who's willing to get up early? Who's willing to just be an example? Like, don't fit in. Be who you are called to be. You know, God gives everybody a chance to be somebody, but who you would want to be is who you're going to be. Who you are called to be is who you're going to be eventually. When God calls you to be a leader, you're going to be a leader whether you like it or not. And if you don't want to be a leader, he's going to show you, okay, you're going to be a leader whether you want to or not. I want you to be a leader. So, like, back to the high school situation, I believe that God gives you mountains to show others that mountain can be moved. So when he gave me those mountains, it's okay. You've been through it. So now when you see another young black man that's going through something, you can say, okay, it's a light on the end of that mountain. It's a light on the other side of that mountain. You can get over that mountain. And that's why when I was younger, I would be like, why is all this stuff happening to me? And then I'm like, okay, now that I'm older and now that I've lived life more, I know that, okay, this is just another mountain that God wants me to show somebody else that it can be moved. So I take pride in the stripes that I have. I take pride in the adversity that I have faced. Because even this past summer, I was a coach for a little league basketball team. And the experience that I experienced, not even just sports-wise, being a young man, it was mostly young black men on that, young black kids on that team, boys. So what I was teaching them is, I don't care about the score. I care about how you respond. I care about how you respond when you down 15, 20 points. What you gonna keep playing or you gonna give up? That's what I was trying to instill into them. And that's another thing that showed me God gave me those mountains, because those little kids needed somebody in their life that's gonna say, I don't want you to just be a good basketball player. I want you to be a good person. I want you to be a good competitor, not just a sports competitor, but a competitor in life. You're competing against somebody every day, and that person is yourself. So how are you going to compete with yourself every day if you have never experienced anything? If you've never faced hardship, if you've never had to push through anything, then you just think life is cupcakes and rainbows.
Man, I thank you for just being the person you are, man, to be able to speak that way and to speak life, because as we all continue to grow and as we all deal with adversity, you know, the hardest thing for anyone to learn is wisdom, and you can only gain wisdom by things you experience. So if you are gaining wisdom, because you can read a book and gain knowledge, you can look at a TV show or listen to a podcast or whatever and gain knowledge, but that wisdom, that's something you have to experience. And when you've experienced wisdom both from the highs and the lows, and you can differentiate between the two, when you as a young man at the age of 18, 19, 20 can impart that wisdom on 7, 8, 9-year-olds, because hey man, you were there just 10 years ago.
Sure
You ain't been going away from it that long, unlike me. It's been a long time since I was that age, but so they're looking up to you because they're hanging on everywhere. They don't know any more than what you pour into them. and what someone else pours into them. And when you're pouring good, positive things into them, hopefully it diffuses that other foolishness that other people might be pouring into them. So now they're like, hey, Coach Wolfe, Coach Wolfe. Now they called you Coach Wolfe.
Coach PJ. Yes,
Coach
sir.
PJ. Now, you know the title coach is a sacred title. You know, you wear that name coach, that's sacred because it carries a lot of weight. So when they call you Coach PJ, man, what was that feeling like?
Oh, it was definitely surreal because some of the people that I've called coach, you know, they stick with me. That I have, it's almost there's father and then there's coach, and those kind of coincide. You can never overtake the father, obviously,
right?
But coaches are like a second father, like they're a second source of wisdom. And to hear somebody call me coach, it was like, okay, that's another way God showing me you were called to be a leader in any aspect. In every room that you step in, you are called to be a leader.
And PJ, you know where leaders lead from?
The front, not the back.
What? Are you sure you ain't been in college already, man? Golly. Boy, this is just so amazing, man. You are just speaking on so many points. So, yeah. So to know that you've now had the experience of working with young black men, young black boys as a coach, and you've expanded your leadership ability. You've expanded what you've been given to be a leader, and you will expand it again as you get a new opportunity and you're asked to do it again. So now you've built that one level. Now you'll get another chance to layer onto that, man. So you are definitely in the place where you're supposed to be because those young boys needed you, and hopefully they will become fans of yours to come to the games and cheer you on. And after the game, when you're walking off the field, win, lose, or whatever, Coach PJ, Coach PJ, Coach PJ. Hey man, if it's a loss, you're gonna do just what you just did. That kind of, man, we lost the game, but they say, Coach PJ, you're gonna smile and it's gonna turn everything around. And if you win, it's gonna make the day even better, man. So yeah, you are definitely in a place where you're supposed to be, man. And I'm just so proud, man. Thank you for reaching out to us, man, because when we found out that you were interested in coming on the show, man, you know, we always like, okay, so who is he and what is he and how did he find out about us? And I know we had spoken a little way back, but why did you think what we're doing here at Quarterfive Back in the Post Route was something important to you? How did that affect your thinking about us doing what we're doing?
I think it's a great platform to elevate those who, you know, the black quarterback is not really celebrated as it should be. And I think when the platform that you're building is giving even the young black, like when I look at your page, you got folks that's 5-6 years old, and I love to see it because they can carry that weight and say, I'm a black quarterback. Like I am worth something in this world, even beyond being a black. If I can be a quarterback, I can be anything. Especially a black quarterback. So when I see that even the youngsters are wearing that title, it's like, okay, it's giving them a sense of pride in what they are. The world already gonna beat you up, but when you have a sense of confidence and pride in yourself, can't nobody really beat you. No one can beat you. So I just want to be a part of something, you know, bigger than myself, obviously, but something that I can carry with a sense of pride. Like I did that, or I am doing that currently.
Well, thank you so very much for seeing that and what we're doing, man, because that's basically what we are about. We just want to make sure that the legacy, history, traditions of guys from the past, because right now, PJ Wolfe is getting ready to be shoulders that guys will be standing on in 5 to 6 years, because if the next quarterback comes to Allen 5 to 6 years from now, they'll be standing on your shoulders, just like you're standing on Jameer's shoulders, just like you were standing on David Wright's shoulders and guys like that. And the thing about Allen just brought football back to the school. they had a break. They were guys back in the day, 60s, 50s, but they didn't play football 80s, 90s, and they just bringing it back. So now you're part of a new legacy, and now your name will be associated with Allen University, and who knows who you're going to inspire to want to be a black quarterback or just a quarterback, but they're a black man, but they want to. Man, I saw PJ, man, he was doing some things. That's what I want to do. I want to be like him. And that's what we're all about, man, to make sure that the legacies, because when I've seen so many black quarterbacks, legacies be flipped from quarterback to, oh, you can be a receiver. Oh, you can be a cornerback. Oh, you can be a safety. You can be a running back. No, I'm a quarterback. Like Lamar Jackson told him, I'm a quarterback. That's
Yep.
all I do. That's all I don't tackle nobody, coach, and I don't catch no passes. So if that's not where or what I can be at your school or your team, that's not the place for me. So that's all good, man. All good. You are wise beyond your years, young man. Wise beyond your years. I got to tell you. So kudos to your mom and dad for pouring into you values of life, values of being who you are as a man, and knowing that you can accomplish whatever. It doesn't matter color or anything like that. It doesn't matter. It's about you, what you can do, what you're about, and how you carry yourself. So yeah, man. You got some new cheerleaders for PJ Wolfe this upcoming football season called Quarter-Five Back, because we're going to be cheering them Yellow Jackets. Man, I can't wait till you get here when you play Edward Waters, man. I can't wait to see you live and in person, man. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to that. So, anyway, I get to this part of the show, man, where I just got to tell you, you've already spoken on it, and I don't really have to say a whole lot. But when we talk about guys joining the fraternity, joining the brotherhood, we are just so proud of each and every one of the young men and gentlemen who have come on. So tonight, PJ Wolfe, it is with honor and pleasure that I welcome you to the brotherhood of black quarterbacks known as Quarter-Five Back. You are now a member of our fraternity, my brother.
Yes, sir. I appreciate it.
So this is definitely an honor. So we will be getting out your lifetime membership certificate. So you get that, and you'll forever and a day be a member of this organization. You'll get your letter to indicate that you're a member, and we'll get out your special packet to you so that you can wear one of these with pride, man. You go out somewhere, you got on your nice jacket or something. People say, man, what is that right there? What I know. And I've been telling people it's simple as saying Q5B, Quarter-Five Back. So thank you, PJ Wolfe, for your time tonight, man. You got any questions for me before we check out?
I don't have any questions, but I do have appreciation for you. So I appreciate the opportunity. I appreciate the platform. And yeah.
Okay. Well, we're going to get out of here, man. If you want to stay on after we get off the air, so we can talk a little bit more, please do. But again, man, have a safe, healthy season. Go out there and play your butt off, man. And, do what PJ Wolfe does. And we're cheering for you. And we'll be following you this upcoming season.
Yes, sir. I appreciate it. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, sir. Well, another brother has crossed the sands and entered into Q5B land. How about that? PJ Wolfe, our newest frat brother in the Brotherhood of Black Quarterbacks. So we're happy to have that young man to be a part of what we're doing. So I'm going to check out and get out of here, but I'd like to thank our crew for keeping me on point and on task. Always got to give kudos to the producing director of our post-route show, Ms. Ronleen Kennedy. Thank you, Dr. William Kitchings, Jr., for being our mental performance specialist. Thank you, C.D. Lazier, for all the great work you do on our social media platform. And we got to also say thank you to Will Relaford, our chief photographer. So until next Monday, join us here on the Post Route. But until then, as we always say, go deep and go for the bomb. Bye-bye, everybody. Take care.
We must pay homage to him.